All right, one last section of notes. Since Unit 8, Lesson 4.4, writing equations for linear relationships. Okay, honest, you guys, we have been doing this all along in this unit. Here we have a scenario. It says, suppose the cost to rent bikes is $150 plus $10 per bike. So if you're given a scenario like this, you can write it as an equation. You would just say, if C happened to be your cost, we're trying to find the cost, it would equal 150. That is the same thing as your starting amount. And your starting amount, oops, sorry, I can't see that. Starting amount, or our y-intercept. Okay, so the 150 is what we start at. They pay that to rent the bikes, plus then $10 per bike. So this is like a flat fee. So that 150 goes in our equation, and then plus $10 for every bike. So the 10 is per bike. So that's the rate it's going up by per bike. So that's why the 10 has the variable with it, which means then the 10 is the same thing as my rate or my slope. Okay, so it says, again, C is the cost of dollars, N is the number of bikes. The y-intercept would be 0, 150. Again, I know that because the 150 does not have the variable with it, so I know it's my y-intercept. It's for 0 bikes, and that cost is $150. This means there is a fixed charge in addition to the cost per bike. The y-intercept is a constant term in the equation. Okay, so when you look at the graph of it, since that's the starting amount, they start with $150, that's going to be the first point that you put on your graph. And then the slope, or the constant rate of change of the line, is 10, which happens to be the coefficient of the n in the equation. Okay, and again, that's because we pay for that per bike, so we would pair that with the variable, and that's what your graph would go up by. So each time you get another bike, it would be 10 bucks more. Okay, so it would go from 150 to 160 to 170 to 180 and so on, going up $10 per bike. All right, so that's it. Again, this is what you guys have been doing all along, but just making sure that you can see from a word problem which number represents your starting amount or your y-intercept, and the number that represents your rate or your slope, which you always pair with variable. That's it.